Welcome, TV.
I'm alive.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's Wednesday here in Vancouver. I'm Marijuana Man and this is From Under the Influence. So get ready.
Rumble!
Joining me today is, of course, in between Kush Queen.
Hola, hola! Thank you.
And filling in for Al, who is on assignment.
David the Giant Stoner.
Malmo Levine's in the place, for gosh sakes.
David the Giant Stoner.
So, pretty glad to
How
have...
high are you?
About that high.
Pretty
maybe a
glad
little-
to
maybe
have
that
you
high.
guys here.
I've got an announcement.
David has an announcement.
I got a new website.
Ooh!
It's called potfacts.ca. And it's about facts relating to pot.
Just
You ain't playing.
the facts.
I'm for reals.
This is for real.
And making some banners and some stickers, and I'm gonna spread that meme. It's gonna make it go viral, like bubonic levels of virility.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it just deals with facts, important facts that people should know, and the evidence to support those facts. And, all in the goal of having an inclusive pot economy that protects the young and the poor from the hazards and perils of prohibition.
Well,
That's neat.
Yeah.
I like
if
that.
anybody has any facts that David doesn't already have,
You
I
could,
would be
email me.
fairly surprised.
Email me those facts at malmalevine@gmail.com. If you see a fact missing from the website that you'd like to have on the website, we have lots of different categories of facts, hemp facts and medical facts and legal and economic and political and historical and all kinds of facts. And they're all sorted into those fact categories. And each fact comes with a lovely image to help you remember that fact better.
And that's a fact.
That is a fact. And it's up. We've got the first couple of pages, about a couple dozen facts up there, just to start the ball rolling. So that's live. That's happening. That's real. That's now. That's real time
Now-
in your internets.
Give us an example of a fact.
Well, the one that is most dear to my heart, the one that I think is most important, then the one, if it was commonly understood and known, if it was common knowledge, then the whole edifice of prohibition, post-legalization prohibition, would fall, and the young and the poor would be included in legalization. The fact is that pot doesn't make kids stupid and crazy. So that's going to be one of the stickers I'm going to create and hand out at 420 is pot doesn't make kids stupid or crazy, potfacts.ca.
And Reefer Madness.
And so,
Yes.
if people want to have the evidence to support that fact, they can go to the website, and all the links are all hyperlinked there, all fancy. So it makes it easy. And you just have to click to have the evidence in front of you.
You just gotta click your little mouse.
That's right. Well, David is a relentless fact finder and deliverer of said facts. I gotta say, all these years, he has been the man to fucking get the pamphlet, get the poster, get the facts out to the people, and God bless his heart, I gotta say. But on a more serious note than blessing David Malmo Levine's heart, no, today is kind of a momentous day in Canada, I gotta say. It's not escaped me that tomorrow in our House of Commons, they are about to table legislation to legalize cannabis. Like, that's a big fucking deal.
It's
as far
taken
as
a while
I'm
to
concerned.
drag them to that.
Now, we're all very skeptical, of course, of government intervention in any way, but I still can't ignore the tremendous milestone that we're about to approach here. Like, fuck, from my point of view, for sure. We have been fighting for this for our whole lives, some of us, and a very long time, some of us. And oh my God, they're going to table legislation to encourage to somehow legalize cannabis. Holy fuck. So that's pretty cool, I gotta say.
Yeah. It's a chapter in
we're good.
our history that's finally closed, and a new chapter begins. How to make legalization not suck. But
Now,
it's so good getting here. It's like a safe spot on a video game that you save your game at, because you can't go back. Can't go back from here.
No.
You start the game from what kind of legalization do we get from now on, not whether we should legalize or not.
If they thought anything else was a slippery slope, here comes the fucking slippery slope.
So you get some of your flower rights. You end up getting all your flower rights.
You'll let the marijuana out of the box. And, But I would also like to acknowledge a lot of the names of the people around here that are fucking nearly responsible for this day to occur in Canada. One of them sitting at the table right here with me, David Malmo Levine. You know, and of course, Mark and Jody Emery, the tireless efforts that these people have put forward here to advance the notion that marijuana should be legalized for adults, and it's about to happen. Of course, the good ones in Toronto, and Brittany, and Dana Larson, right? Ian Hunter.
Dana's been doing it since the 1980s.
Chris Clay, all right, the people that were working hard in the early days.
Yeah.
Chris Bennett.
Right. Chris Bennett's been doing it since the 80s. Conroy's been doing it since the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John
So
Conroy keeping us all out of jail.
Been at it a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Like those were the days when the cops were coming
Yeah.
here in Vancouver, and we had to
Things were more
stand up
risky then,
and
yeah.
fucking make a stand here. And you know, for me personally, the guidance and inspiration of Mark Emery is the reason that we stood continually over and over. He was the bravest guy. So, you know, there's many others, right, that were around in those early days. That's, you know, like,
Well, we can't forget you, Marijuana Man.
I was there too, yeah. But, you know, Sean and Icy, and there were some strong people stood up. Rene Bourget, right? Like all these people in those days were the catalyst to being able to continue. So thinking about all those people and those days too. So
Mark and Jody will be spared.
oh, Mark and Jody aren't going to have too much trouble out of any of that. There's no way that they're going to continue with that craziness, the charges that have been brought against them. That was all fucking symbolic. Fuck Project Gator is what it says on my shirt today.
Yeah. Well, we end up
Wonderful shirt. I absolutely love that.
getting what we settle for, so we shouldn't settle for anything less than protection for all the harmless people in our community, not just some of them, but all of them. So, yeah, with that, I got to run and see some people about some things.
Right on, David. Good to
But
see you today.
Have a nice show. And yay, it's somewhat legal.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We will have to see what happens. That's for sure. I don't know. The government involvement in anything is always frightening. It doesn't matter what the subject is.
Hello. Hello.
So
Hi.
I was thinking, instead of trying to second guess what the government's going to come up with tomorrow in their attempt to legalize marijuana, we should perhaps talk about the potential best case scenario that there could be. Oh, here, I'll mention something too before we get into that. At 420, Vancouver Seed Bank wants to give away some seeds here
Ooh.
somehow.
Today?
Yeah.
On the show?
I don't know. We're going to have to randomly pick somebody there in the chat, maybe at 4:20 somehow. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
3 minutes.
We'll figure something out. Yeah, 3 minutes we have to figure that out.
Oh man, that's not a lot of time.
Just think amongst yourselves while I think it out. No, that's fun. Do check out Vancouver Seed Bank online.ca, vancouverseedbank.ca. I think maybe Patrick's behind the keyboard there today, I hope, brother. Hey, I got my phone wiped. You should text me so I can have your phone number back.
Oh, definitely
So-
have to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Vancouver Seed Bank, they can get all your growing needs from around the world and some fantastic local varieties from real BC buds. So check them out and get growing. So, yeah, we'll just drag this out till 4:20 and have that little contest. Whatever.
I'm actually going to be doing the joint toss at 4:20. Let's talk about that. Me and all my hot babes.
Yay.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So look for me and my girls. If you guys don't have anything to smoke, or you already do and you want more,
Yeah, there's always a
we will
giant,
be there
giant
throwing
joint toss.
thousands of joints out to the crowd. So yeah, be there.
Yeah, every year David Malmo has been around that, throwing the joints out to people, and the lovely ladies help. Oh, the screen there is back. Wow, that's quite a bit brighter now.
Oh.
So yeah, 420's coming up fast. Here we got we'll have all our ducks in a row, like we always do. As long as the City and Parks Board don't get in our way.
Yeah, how can they? It's gonna be 10,000 versus 5.
No, these local politicians or whatever the fuck civil servants that you call them are idiots. And
Oh, we have a winner.
huh?
Toker Talk is the
Really?
winner. Happy 420. And you got all the
nice.
seeds. Yay!
That's really good. No, I figured out this year at 420, it's going to be at Sunset Beach. It'll be at Sunset Beach all day long. So
I like that.
that's going to be the attitude on the stage all day long. Tons of musical guests lined up. No names to be announced because I can't remember. But we will probably have some damn good hip hop going on all day. So you'll want to get down to that for sure, because it's the craziest thing you'll ever see. I love it so much. I'm thrilled to be part of it and happy to continue. And I don't know, it's pretty cool to be part of the organization of such an event, because I believe it's important and a really cool thing. Your phone is slippery. Kush Queen's
Now it's just my boobs.
phone is slippery.
I'm having technical difficulties.
I don't know if it's the technology. There's Alyssa, who's behind
It's just
the
my
scenes,
freaking half of my head.
making all this.
Oh, she's so good.
Technical difficulties.
Holy fuck, she's good. What's up? Sweet, we're live tons of places now. Woo. But we don't see Marijuana Man on here. Where is it? There he is. Yeah, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more.
there
Yeah.
A satellite camera, if you will. So, on the eve of, really, this technically is supposed to be the end of prohibition as we know it. Except we potentially think that it's just a new prohibition they've come up with. But on the other hand, maybe it's magnificent. And I think we should figure out what we think the best case scenario of legalizing marijuana could be.
Okay.
Right? So,
Best case scenario.
right, the best case scenario would be that they completely legalize it.
Yeah.
For how old would you have to be?
Well, I'm hoping 18. I personally
Why are you hoping
want-
18?
I personally hope younger, but you know that's what they're going to go for, right? Because they're basing it off alcohol, which is it's pretty shitty.
Crazy thing to do.
Of course.
2002, the Canadian Senate said 16. Out of the blue, they just said
Shouldn't
16.
even really have an age limit.
Well, ain't that the truth?
Do you know what
But-
I mean? Like, it should just be legalized, and that's it, and we can all make our own decisions. We're all very smart. I mean,
If you want to give it to your children, you should be able to.
absolutely. That's just what I believe in, though. So
Well, for years and years, and probably still to current day, I'll bet people give their kid alcohol certain ways.
well, yeah.
Dip the soother
Yeah,
in
I
a
was just
little
gonna say
fucking
for the
whiskey,
teething and stuff.
little
Absolutely.
tequila shooter.
A little shooter.
You
There,
kid-
shut up.
You kids go to sleep. How much marijuana do you think you should be able to carry around with you?
However much you fucking want.
There you go. They're yipping about an ounce, 30 grams. They haven't even figured out that 28 grams is an ounce. The whole world is based on 28 grams, but they said you should be able to carry an ounce plus 2 grams.
So controlling. They
Yeah.
just have to control everything.
Oh, no, they should be able to have more than an ounce.
Like,
Give them 2 extra grams. See, with those 2 extra grams, I don't need more than an ounce, quite frankly. Those 2 extra grams, I'm selling to kids. So that's going to undo your program. But no, when it comes to alcohol, you can go to the beer store and get as much fucking beer as you can possibly haul out of that place. There's no restriction on how much you can have. Mm-hmm. You can fill up your car, put some more on the roof, and drive through downtown. So I'm not too sure why I shouldn't be able to haul around just as much marijuana as I feel like. Depends on what I do with it, I suppose. But what's the difference,
well, yeah, no.
right?
That
Why-
doesn't matter either.
Why are you saying? So this means that in under legalization, you're not going to be able to haul around more than an ounce at a time. How is anybody to stock a store that might sell it? Right? Oh, is it only going to be certain people are going to be allowed to carry around tons at a time? Not just regular folks. Very unusual, given the no restriction on how much wine you can go and buy and drag out with your kids helping you drag it home. Like, really? Put it in the wagon.
They'll sell to you when you're fucking shit-faced.
So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of those kinds of arbitrary rules. It's so arbitrary, they didn't say 28 grams. Right? So arbitrary, they said 30, which is not a number associated with marijuana at all.
Fucking
right?
amateurs.
Like, really,
Fucking
that shows you how
amateurs.
stupid they are. You can only have 30 grams of Acapulco Gold with you at any time. Like, holy shit. How many plants? They're all yipping about 4 plants. At a prescribed height. They've even restricted the height of the marijuana plant that they'll let you grow. Or this is what I think they're going to propose. Like, really? They've set... Why can you only grow 4 plants? What the fuck is that? Again, I should be able to grow as many as I want. Depending on
There
what...
isn't even a logical explanation as to where they even choose these numbers for.
No.
Like 30 grams and 3.5 plants. That's all you can have.
3 plants, 30
Like,
centimeters tall.
What the fuck?
No, it's just arbitrary. And it's all made up by people who don't smoke weed. People who don't like marijuana. They actively don't like marijuana. And these are the ones that are making the rules for
That's fine.
us.
If you don't like marijuana, that's fine. But don't fucking bug me because I do.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And put stupid restrictions on
Absolutely.
everything.
It's bullshit.
So, where do you think you should be able to sell it?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck I want to. Out of my
And-
house, out of my store, wherever I want.
And why not?
Right?
And why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the logical scenario, that why couldn't you sell marijuana from a storefront? Or see, because if they're going to restrict that people can only carry an ounce, then they'll have to deliver the weed to you 1 ounce at a time to be able to have a store.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Like, it's just going to be so fucking insanely stupid to have it any other way. No, we're going to have to continue to overgrow them and outsell them and show them how it can be done. Right? But anybody should be able to open a shop to sell whatever the fuck they want. Like, really? As long as you're not going to hurt anybody. And apparently, even if you are, there's gun shops, for fuck's sakes. There's paint stores. Toxic shit all over the place.
People just have to be accepting of different. Like, not everyone's going to be the same. Not everyone's going to want to do everything the way you want to do it. You just have to accept that that's just the way the world is. Like, and go with
Wow.
it, totally. Like,
They're thinking about wild restrictions on marijuana because of these bullshit dangers that they keep coming up with that they have to guard us against. They don't even come up with any dangers. They just say, oh, we got to protect the kids. That's all they ever say. Right? They don't say
like a
why.
broken record.
They don't even say why. They just go, you need to have these rules because we...
protect the kids. Yet
Protect
fucking
the
Trump's
kids.
bombing fucking kids because of kids. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, no, they don't care about the kids.
You don't give a fuck about the children? Like, let's be real. Fuck.
So another big fucking wedge they have against us is smoking and driving. That's their other thing besides the kids and the gangs, I guess. But
No, it's a joke.
smoking and driving. Like, I've smoked weed for a very long time and driven through it all. Like, I've never once, no matter how much marijuana I've consumed, and sometimes a fuck of a lot, get into a car and drive, and you're just normal. You really can drive when you're high on
And what's
marijuana.
sad is if you were in an accident because someone hit you, if they smelled marijuana in your car,
Oh, you're
or knew you were
fucked.
smoking, it's your fault.
You're fucked.
And you're fucked. Like, there's like, even though it wasn't your fault, it's bullshit.
Oh, no, it's a total world against us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They've got so many avenues against marijuana. But it's going to be all nonsense, right? There's just, and they're all chomping at the bit to have their little saliva test on the side of the road for you, right? Which proves no impairment whatsoever. Like, who would even advance an idea like that? How the fuck would that ever stand up in court? Well, no, he didn't look impaired. He just...
His saliva said
His
he was
saliva was impaired. His blood
I
was
can't even
impaired.
take it seriously.
No, it's such a different thing. And when fucking real people, not real people, normal straight people who
Real people.
when humans
I hate humans.
No, when people start to get to experience marijuana, they're going to go, what the fuck have they been saying about this all this time? Right? So, and lawyers and judges and all sorts of people are going to have access to legal marijuana. Won't be very good if the government fucks it all up, but nevertheless, they're going to go, wow, this doesn't seem to be what it was made out to be. And so it'll be a good starting point, whatever they come up with, but should be fun. What else? What do you got there? Some sort of goo.
I have butter. Butter King butter.
Nice.
It just turned off, so it's good to go. Because when I just looked at it, it was still on.
So the title of today's show has been the whole way along, too. Like even the whole long way along this show, it's been the same title.
It didn't change?
No.
Okay. Sometimes it changes.
The title is We Knew It Would Happen One Day. Now it's in one day.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah.
I like that.
So.
I liked it.
Yeah, they're all fucking whipped up about it. They're so.
See, it wasn't me. Fuck. I felt weak there for a minute. I knew I wasn't a weak ass bitch.
They make such a big show about cannabis, right? That they're doing all this shit. It'll be just a fucking circus, I'm sure, what they're going to come up with. I'm fairly convinced. But maybe once they hear it read aloud in the House of Commons, they'll go, wow, that doesn't make much sense. Maybe we won't do that after all.
You want one?
Sure. So yeah, going to have a sale at the dispensary. We're still running the dispensary down on Broadway, having a blast, and
You having fun over there?
selling lots of the finest fucking marijuana. I gotta say, we are some lucky people
I hear you and Alyssa get to spend a lot of quality time together.
to know some guys. Yep, me and Alyssa work.
Yeah, you guys are quite the team, I
together a
hear.
bit.
That's pretty amazing.
We all have a lot of
Ready?
fun. Yep. So this weekend, with it being Easter, we're going to have a sale with Christ Death Bubba on sale on Friday. And and that price is going to rise over the next 3 days. So
It's the roller coaster of prices, eh? Just up and down, up and down.
yeah, a little Easter humor.
I don't get your humor half the time, anyways. Just kidding.
I totally knew you didn't get that one.
You know, half the time I just don't hear it. My hair is really thick, so if I'm like doing something, I'm serious. If I'm doing something and it's muffled, like I actually won't hear. I have bad hearing, so whatever. Fuck.
My hair is thick.
Anyways,
So, are you going to have a show?
I am. I'm starting my own show. I'm so excited.
Tell us all about it.
Well, it's going to be on Sundays. It's going to be the Royal Hour with Kush Queen. And it's going to be me talking shit, shooting the shit with different people. Just having different guests, having some pre-recordings of what I go through in the week. And yeah,
Nice.
just basically just my little bubbly self hanging out with everybody for an hour.
And you're going to do that on Sundays?
Sundays, yeah. And I'm going to do it from my dispensary, 2137 Commercial Drive, Vancouver Pain Management Society. So,
Very nice.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well, that's something to look forward to, everyone.
Yeah, so you guys get to see me twice a week now.
Sunday
Yay.
show right here on Pot TV.
Yeah.
The long-awaited Kush Queen Royal Hour.
The Royal Hour with
Nice.
Kush Queen.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I'm sure, will be tuning in.
Yeah. It's going to be good. It's not going to be all about cannabis either. That's my main thing. I really want to help and make a big effort to destigmatize cannabis. And I want people I want people to feel comfortable coming on my show, even if they don't smoke cannabis or even if it's not about cannabis. I want to make connections with the community. I just think it's very important that we all support each other. So, yeah, it's kind of my main goal.
Cool. Well, we'll all look forward to seeing that. And
Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited. Nervous and excited.
I don't remember my first show, actually. So you got that to look forward to over the years. My
Yeah,
first
hey?
show. Yeah.
Back in the day. My first show with Alyssa. Yeah, Alyssa's going to be helping me. She's going to be the girl in the background pushing the buttons like she is now. So
And it'll
super
be
blessed
the
to have her.
same
Thank you,
high
Alyssa.
quality of levelness.
Exactly.
This is one of the most level shots you'll ever see. Alyssa is good at that.
Yes. She is. Sundays at 2.
Nice.
The Royal Hour with Kush Queen. Catch me.
Yes, it's fun stuff over the years here, and I don't know, a lot has gone down at this location in, I don't know what, almost 20 years it's been here, I guess. Holy cow. So, too much fun.
Yeah.
Wish Mark could be out here for 420, but I think he'll be
Yes.
in Toronto with Chris and Aaron and the gang down there. So we're going to have Brittany here, and that'll be nice to see her.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to a big day. So
I'm
come
excited.
on,
It's going to
join
be an
us.
epic 420, you guys.
Should be.
Yeah.
It's on the last days of Prohibition. So that's kind of cool, and we'll be able to celebrate a little harder as a result of that. And have our voices heard once again. You know, it's quite a phenomenon how over the years it expanded into what it's become. Like, you could not stage a better event now. It had to grow from what it started out as and become that for it to exist really. And that was numbers of people and brave souls selling weed is what that really came down to.
Yeah.
Like in the earliest days of the 420s at the art gallery, there was no open weed selling going on. There was weed selling, but it was really, really low key, and cops would rush in and grab people, and that's when David started his hug power to ward off from that. And then
I love hugs.
as it continued to grow, more and more people arrived, and the barrier between the dealing and the police became greater with numbers of people, right? So they could no longer stop it. I remember the very first time a guy held a sign up. We were all gathered at the art gallery. He was sitting on the steps were packed with people sitting there, and he was in the middle with a very small sign that just said pot and the number 4 sale. Pot for sale. And he sat there all day.
Wow.
No idea. I don't remember such things, but a long time ago. And I was actually videotaping the event, and at one point I did a close zoom in on him, and he saw me filming, and he looked up and gave me the best smile. Right? It was, that was a turning point at the 420 rallies, actually. Then the next year, more people arrived with signs. And then more people arrived with bigger signs and started walking around.
Oh, I love that. I love
right?
that.
And
I love when one person
selling
just starts something like
joints,
that.
And then just each time more and more of those people came, and it grew into 100 booths now, like all set up to sell weed and edibles and all sorts of things. So, yeah, quite remarkable actually. So thrilled to be part of it. It is just such a fucking cool thing. And we got pros involved in and around us to keep it all on the up and up. You know, staging and sound and shit like that is just magnificent. We had the best sound I've ever heard at an outdoor event last year. People were telling me that way down at the end of Sunset Beach and beyond is the Burrard Street Bridge. And friends were videotaping their friend's performance, and it was crystal clear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
From that point, so it fucking rocks. And you can stand on stage and still talk to somebody, and it's just not obtrusive at all. So fun stuff. We will look forward to seeing as many people as we can from the chat down there that day. And if you are
That
around,
would be
do
super
say hello.
cool.
Who's in the chat? A few people. Phil Daddy, Silver Lake's there today.
C-Ray.
Stu. Yeah, Stu's
Paw
in the house.
Dabs. Be down.
Yeah, well, glad you folks do come and join us in the chat. Yeah, 444. Huh? There's another chat.
Sunset Beach. Be there.
So, where are people tuning in from this week? Where are you guys from?
420 Wild
in the
Dragon.
chat?
420.
Let's see how long it takes them to figure out where they're from.
I know, right? do, 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 do. Just kidding.
Huh. Silver Lake's from you guys. Anthropopores
Fire.
from Fire. Nice.
So high.
So high. Yeah, I've been to So High.
New Brunswick? I'm not going to say it just because you asked me to.
Say my name. That's the best.
Quebec City, Ontario, Oregon,
Paisley.
London,
MJ from Paisley.
Edmonton, Saskatoon,
Paisley, Ontario.
Ohio, PG,
I
Michigan.
know you.
Wow, they're just coming in real quick now.
Yeah.
We asked for it.
We did. Vancouver, nice.
Hi. Oh, someone from Boston. What's going on?
Wow. People are from everywhere.
People are from everywhere. Yes.
Really? I didn't know. Like, people are just from everywhere? Holy fuck.
What the fucking fuck?
None of them are in the building.
I know, right?
Neil, what's going on?
420.
Do you have some announcements or something about
We
it?
got people I want to thank.
Well, we have a microphone.
This is small one right here.
Well,
And
yeah.
I'll move over just 1 sec.
Like move over towards me.
No. Just to squeeze you in.
So, yeah, this, what happened to our screen?
Lisa. Just kidding.
The timer.
There, that's,
Hey,
now
there we
we
are.
know what's going on.
Hey, Plot TV people.
Neil Magnuson's in the house. I've been working away at 420 preparations
Again, another year.
behind the scenes. What's going on?
Joint rolling's going on like crazy here. We need more joint rollers. So the usual
A call.
joint throwers apparently going on. What's going
Yeah, we like the joint throwers.
on? Throwers.
Yay! Coming from the
A
heavens.
call for
Yeah.
joint rollers.
From my angel
So
above.
anybody in the locale can come on down. How do they figure out to get involved in that?
Just go to the third floor of the Vapor Lounge here in Vancouver on
Someone will be
Hastings
able to
Street.
help them out there?
Yep, tell them they're here to roll joints and
Awesome.
they can join the party. There's, we got 7 days left to roll this stuff up. So
It's
That's
epic
good. Yeah,
amounts of joints.
I know, and
Get
lots of
rolled
stuff,
every
man. It's
year.
going to be an awesome year for sure. So many people involved. I mean, there's some people I want to thank. I want to thank Weeds, Glass and Gifts. Always a big help for all of our 420 and all of our rallies. They help with just about everything for sure. And Health Lifestyle Dispensary, again, this year has been helping out. Mount Pleasant Medicinals. Buddingham Palace is an online dispensary, and they've taken part this year in helping us out for sure. The Vancouver Dispensary, as usual, is really a big sponsor of ours and really makes this work. And of course, Cannabis Culture is one of our sponsors this year as well. So a big thanks to all those folks for helping out. And looking forward to the biggest, best 420 rally in the world. Going to be streaming live stream around the world apparently this year.
Yes.
We've got some good technical people that are going to figure that stuff
Yeah,
out.
I
So
think we
that's
got
really
expert
exciting.
joints on the scene for that.
Yeah.
That ought to be pretty
Make
cool
sure you
as well.
tune in for that. Yeah, absolutely.
No, we got a huge stage and big video screen, and that'll be all fucking rocking and hopping all day.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't be sloshing all day. You never know. It's going to clear up this weekend, apparently. We'll see. They're still saying 60% chance of rain on the day, but they can't get long-term forecasts right around
I've
here.
been doing my sun dances. So.
We all have. So I think we're going to be good as usual. Okay. But even if it rains, rain or shine, the show goes on. It'll be an awesome time no matter what happens. But of course, on the beach, sunshine would be best. So yeah.
Well, we've been very lucky for a lot of the years, it seems.
We sure have.
So we'll continue.
I hope it's a trend.
No, God loves marijuana, if there is such a thing.
Like on 20, it always seems to break the day.
Yeah, it's the day, right?
When we
420
gotta
is
throw
the day.
joints and everything, they go out and they smoke still, so.
It's nature's best gift to us. So nature loves marijuana. If there was a God, if there is a God, that God's got to love marijuana.
Gotta love marijuana,
Created it.
and would love to see it legalized.
If we're the creation of some God, then and this is the creation of that same God, well then that God's got to love both this and us because we're pretty similar. There's like this great symbiotic relationship going on here
Absolutely, yeah.
Who?
between human beings and this plant.
Marijuana man got a little jealous there. You got to be careful.
Yeah, no, just the plant. It's just the plant.
You just yeah.
Just the plant. I'm in love, but it's just a plant.
Yeah.
And there's another thing going on is there's this horrible opioid fentanyl crisis going on. And the cannabis community is stepping up for that. We're getting donations and giving them away to people that will substitute the use of opioids and other street drugs for cannabis in the form of edibles. We've also been giving away seeds, and we're moving towards having a consumption lounge with dabs available to people as well as they transition away from those dangerous substances onto a much safer alternative for many of them. So we're very excited about that program as well. So.
Where is that taking place?
Well, right now it's being orchestrated out of the Van Du offices on Hastings Street, just a block and a half on the east side of Main Street. And we will, after 420, we'll have a table set up there. On the nice days, we'll be outside on the sidewalk. Otherwise, we'll be inside. And we're getting a variety of different types of edibles. We want them packaged and labeled if possible. That's the best way. If they're not, we're going to do some in-house testing of these things ourselves, figure out whether they're weak, medium, or strong. We're going to package them up and properly and then have those labels on them. And try to tailor the needs of each individual as we all are, unique in our different ways that cannabis can help us, and figure out what works best for people and just help them, because there's a lot of people that really can get right off of those other substances and transition onto cannabis. I've met many of them, and I'm very excited that we're going to be able to take part in doing this. I'm
100%
disappointed
agree.
in the government at this point. We've tried hard to get them to acknowledge what we're doing in an official way and to give us some funding for that, because at this point it's all being done with donations and just volunteer time, and that's not sustainable in the long run. So we'd like to have some funding to be able to either purchase these things on a wholesale basis or
Well, we
maybe
got to get it out there
manufacture.
more.
That's
what we
it,
gotta
sure,
do.
yeah.
Lots of word of mouth,
Yep.
right? Maybe you can come on my show and talk about that as well. And
Sure.
Get it out there, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Got to ease into it, but at the same time, it's starting to take off. There's a lot of enthusiasm about it, so now we're sort of scrambling to try to keep up with the demand. So, we got to get it out there for sure.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
So, cool. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having your show. It's awesome as usual. And we
No
really look
problem.
forward to
Thank
420
you
this
for
year.
everything you're doing,
Yeah.
and we'll see you at
It
sunset.
wouldn't be able to be
Sunset
done
Beach.
without Neil and all the volunteers and all the sponsors, right?
There's a lot of people
So,
involved for
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot
it
of
does
people
take
involved.
a-
So, and we're pulling off one of the
gang.
biggest events, not just within the cannabis community, but in the city itself. The 420 event is one of the biggest events that happens in the city. So, pretty cool that we can pull that off. But it's certainly done by a lot of different people. So,
Yeah,
thanks to everybody that's helping out
Absolutely.
for sure. We're gonna have another great year.
And we don't have a permit again. So
Or next year, apparently. So the city council voted that they're not going to consider giving us a permit or helping
No,
us
they-
find a spot that is okay for us to be in until the legislation comes down. I guess we're going to find out tomorrow what that might look like, but we're really not going to have it in place for at least a year and a half, and probably longer than that as these things drag out. So it looks like at least this year plus the next year will be unsanctioned, unpermitted events, which I think is good too in many ways. I mean, these things are powerful. It would be good in some ways to have a permit. That would give us some credibility, would allow us to get some more mainstream sponsors and help out with things, and it'd be a safer event. But at the same time, I know that the other side, those side that want to permit us, that think that they're in charge of these things, they think that if we have this permit, it's going to give them the right to push us around and
Yeah,
for them
well,
to
that's
impose
always
things
what
on
would
us.
happen.
Yeah.
So,
but it can't be any safer. How could it be safer? Somebody would have a fucking like a miracle happen.
well,
that
if
they
we were
could
at the PE,
walk
for example, it'd
suddenly?
be
That would be.
it's not that there's any danger to cannabis, but when you get that many people involved, large crowds, the dynamics of those types of things, the way that stuff can happen if stuff happens,
have always been
certainly
wonderful.
We've always been lucky.
Well, I don't
Wonderful
know.
because we're lucky at
Not
the art
too sure.
gallery. It was definitely an issue. We were concerned as organizers every year about just how many people were packed into that tight spot.
But again, not an incident in all of the years. So
Thanks probably to the
one's
power of
gotta-
cannabis.
Yeah,
in
of
large
course
degree.
it is. Everybody's mellow and everybody's cool, and it
Yeah.
fucking works.
Yep.
So just because all of
I
the
don't think there's any event that happens in Vancouver that there's that many people that there isn't altercations. And you know why? Because there's no cannabis involved in any of those
that's
events.
right.
It's all fucking booze
Yeah.
and hard drugs.
Yeah,
So-
lots
Like,
at the
what the
fireworks
fuck?
for sure.
Totally.
And even on a smaller
Stabbings and all that
on a
shit.
smaller scale, you just have to go down to the nightclub district in either Gastown or on Granville Street on any Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, it's
And there's
crazy.
huge issues with people consuming alcohol. There's lots of recreational alcohol dispensaries that are open up and down all those different strips. And it's
so
just
the
huge
safety
problems.
of the safety of the event is just it'll be safe. Marijuana can't fucking hurt you.
Well, the policing costs would go down if we could be at like a place like the P&E. Like they charged us $90,000 last year for policing costs, and that's kind of ludicrous. We really don't need all those police hanging around.
they want the $90,000.
They want the $90,000 for sure. It's overtime hours.
Greedy little
It's a-
bastards.
It's a slack shift for them. They all like it. They even get high.
$90,000. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's been fun though.
Oi.
I remember the first time I saw, I don't know, there was, as the festival grew and grew at the art gallery, people became bolder and bolder, of course. And then to the point, from that first guy with that little sign that day, to the point of fucking kids standing on the corner of a city street with giant bags of weed. Tuna Kush it was that year. And they were yelling
Yes.
that out. With the 3 police officers standing right there.
Yeah.
Looking,
Keeping 'em safe.
Looking the other way.
Keeping them safe.
Ziploc bags,
Yeah.
3-way grounds.
That was,
Holding those out in front of the cops. I'm like, holy cow.
and that was kind of outside the edge of the festival. There's out on just a regular public sidewalk. These kids were doing that and still do, and they do it now.
Oh man, I remember one Cannabis Day towards the. It was probably 10 o'clock at night by this time. It had been over for a couple of hours, and I was still out there on the streets because they'd closed down the streets, and there was still a Canada Day going on all over the place, and these streets were full of these tourists and other people just, not part of Cannabis Day. And I had my jars out there. I was yelling, "Get your weed here! This is Christy Clark's favorite strain. Got it right here for you." We had a lot of fun that night for sure.
Yeah. So, we got one more show before 420.
Yeah, the day before.
We'll do the 419.
Yeah, there'll be people
Lead
down at the
up.
beach setting up on that day. Yeah, stage is going up on the 19th this year, so there's no early morning rush to get the stage in and up.
I hope that all goes okay.
Yeah, it'd be a great change, I think, to be able to go there in the morning on
Plug
the
and
20th
play.
have it all together, ready to go. So,
Yeah.
because that was always a big issue. Lots of work to get the stages
Yeah.
set up and everything. And the grid will all be laid out the night before as well. We think we've got a better way of organizing the parking lot drop-off
See,
site
it gets
till
better
9.
and better every year.
It's only our
It's
second year
amazing.
there, and the first year there was things that you try to think about what's going to happen as best you can, but when it actually happens, then you find out other things. So we have certainly learned. That's how we've gotten each event to be bigger and better than every year before, as we've always learned from each one, and as we go, it's just practice.
Marijuana people are lateral thinkers as well, so we're
Creative
good
people.
problem solvers, quite
Yeah.
creative, and mellow.
We work together well.
Yeah.
We're all about the love.
Yeah, man, it's a love drug.
Well, all of the crews that have ever worked with us from the real world of festivaling have quite often complimented us on it being the best run thing they've ever seen.
Yeah. We had the Mom Cup recently at the Vancouver Arts Place there on Main Street, where they've been having lots of events for decades there. And the organizers said they thought we were the best event that they'd ever had there, as far as how it was all organized and the people that were there and the lack of problems that they had and how we looked after everything. So, yeah.
So that's stoners for you.
I hope those myths are long gone now. I think people understand that cannabis, when used properly, is a great focusing tool. And it's not the inebriant that alcohol is. You can inebriate yourself if you smoke way too much, and the concentrates can have a hand in that sometimes for novice users. But for most people that use cannabis, they not only function on cannabis, but they function better on cannabis and better than
And
the people
very
that aren't
well.
cannabis in many cases, especially in the creative arts and just about every area for sure. It's
Totally.
the oil of life.
Oh, we have an incoming call.
Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. Hello.
So you do need more volunteers?
We need more volunteers
You do.
for rolling. We got 7 days to
There
go.
you go, you guys.
Yep.
7 days to go. We need more volunteers. Do we need more sponsors?
No, we're good for that
Good
at
for
this point, I think.
sponsors.
Yep.
So just volunteers. If you want to help out, come to the third floor.
Come to the third floor.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Bring a couple of friends. Sit down for a day. If we get it all rolled up before 4:20, that's a bonus. But right now we got
Me and my
7
babes
days to
need
go.
some joints to throw. So
I know, eh?
let's get on it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because in case you don't know, we throw out pounds and pounds of pre-rolled joints every
Yes, we
420.
do. It's tradition.
it's
Everybody
amazing.
gets a joint to spark on
Yeah.
420.
It started, when I was back, my first one was 19 years ago now. And I remember that David, who was putting this thing on, made sure that everybody that was there had a joint. And then in the years following, it was like, okay, let's pre-roll a few joints to have ready for 420. And then it was like, well, let's pre-roll a whole shit ton of joints to have ready for 420. And then as it grew, it was like, well, let's find somebody to give us a bunch of weed that we can roll up so we can have joints for people. And we did that. And it's just
So
evolved into
amazing.
this beautiful, wonderful part of things.
And thousands of joints.
Thousands every year, pounds and pounds of it. And the beauty of it to me is that you can do that with this particular substance. It's been demonized as this evil, harmful substance, but yet it's not harmful at all. It's so not harmful that you can feel safe and secure in just handing it out to whoever happens to be there that wants it, and nobody's going to hurt themselves. We've never had anybody come back to us and say, hey, my kid got a joint at 420 that he's somehow on the grass or whatever, and now he's hurt by it. Never, ever, because nobody
Not a
gets hurt
thing.
by it.
No.
So,
That's right.
that's why we
exactly
feel
right.
very safe, and I'm very proud to be part of doing that. We're ending the stigma is what we're trying to do. That's what this does, and that's what's beautiful about it for me is that we're helping to end the stigma and end the lies about the reefer madness that's still
Yes.
going on, that they're still
Yes.
trying to use to justify monopolies and
We're
regulations.
not crazy
that
people
make no
jumping out
sense.
of windows.
No, we're the ones trying to talk those crazy people out of that, and we've got good
Exactly.
reasons why they shouldn't, because we love
Exactly.
life and all that stuff. So.
You heard it here second. Right on. Well, let's get out of here.
Let's do it.
I see. All right.
Thanks
Wow. Stay
to
safe.
everybody who tuned in today from everywhere that you were, and we saw where you were. And to Alyssa for keeping us alive and sounding
She's
as
the
good as we
best.
do. And we missed Al, but David was here, and we appreciated seeing him. That was fun, and thanks to Neil for slipping in too. And
Happy to be here.
lovely to have Kush Queen in between.
Thanks for having
That's
me.
for sure.
And check out her show on Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday at 2, the Royal Hour with me.
All right.
And we'll do our best to be back here next week. And until we are, I'm Marijuana Man saying peace.
Have as much fun as you can. Do your part.
Hot.